Well, y'all, Kitty Chris back in another video. It's time to do a recap show of the NFL takeaways in Week 4. How embarrassment of the Jets. How did an 0-4 and acting Jaxson Dart just became a first victory of the game. All I said, what will say, because Mr. Unlimited, that's not unlimited as well. For all purposes, game, I say this pretty good. All the games that we have, for all purposes, completely unpredictable. So let's go down what happened in this Week 4. On the recap show, we go. Now, it is just the same day as all what happened. Let's start with the Miami Dolphins and Jets, because what does the Miami Dolphins look without Tyreek Hill? Since 2022, there's only one of the Dolphins without Hill. During the 0 win over Jets, in 2023, when Jalen Wall had 8 passes at 142-yard touchdown, no other players are more than recorded, and it might be good enough. And Wall figured out with a Malik Washington taking the lead role with a tight end Darren Waller and Devon Exchange. If you might have Waller to catch 2 touchdowns in the first accident of 2024, you might buy a lottery ticket. Tua just came a first touchdown pass of the night and told Tyler back in the end zone to catch. And Waller also with a 9-yard scoring pass and 4-yard separation as well. Do you know? I think that's good enough for all purposes. Do you know why the Dolphins just because without Tyreek Hill? I think Tyreek Hill has got a dislocated knee. We thought he was shot his leg because that's what going situation. Because Tyreek Hill is going to undergo something. Let me see what's going on my Discord on Home Nugget Share. And this is I'm going to know what's going on now. And I'm going to move up to see why is that's hard no to respect it. Let me start. Where is this? No, that's where is it? Where is Tyreek Hill? Oh no, not that one. Not that one. I've seen worse because this is. Oh, there it is. Tyreek Hill is diagnosed with multiple torn ligaments and dislocated knee, including his ACL. No guarantee he'll be ready for 2026 season. Wow. That's a heartfelt for Tyreek Hill, but praise out for Tyreek Hill and his family on a dislocated knee. I mean, what's new? What happened? I mean, you got give it credit. All the purposes. Now let's move on to the Jets. So it's got me a worse day than happened before. They're an 0-4. And what's troubling about the 0-4 Jets? Regressions? I think they were. They getting worse, not better. This is a winnable game for a multiple in the weight class that they employ all areas. And their offense struggled most of the game. Seemingly, with the big plays, the Jets elected to play for 13 penalties for 1-1, away the 3 lost fumbles, no big plays in the defense. Still takeaways, no one expected Coach Eric Glad to be a miracle worker. He's performed below expectations. But for Jets Fields, a 5 highlight play with a 43-yard scramble for a touchdown on the run, Fields covered an 86.5 yards. But next gen stats, all the work out here. Do you know how bad the Jets were? No. This is where I draw a line. The Jets, absolutely garbage. But at the same time, it did not going to happen. It's not going to end well. So, if this game is not going to be far ahead, they can be 0-5. We'll see what happens this week. Move to the box scores real quick. And the box score, that might be a going scene, in my opinion, on the biggest takeaways in the history so far. Let's see the takeaways here. They got 27-21 on the game. Two got 2 touchdowns on as well on the total of scores. Devon got 1 touchdown because he got 99 yards on the run. But whatever happens, Denver got 2 touchdowns. And course Tyreek Hill, well, He is definitely out. Tyreek Hill is definitely out. And he undergo surgery went well because on Tuesday that could be a problem for him, and that's a shame. Not a shame for the Tyreek Hill because Dolphins got the first victory at home. I had never see that coming there, so that's all right. And let's move on. All right. Now, Denver is Cincinnati. 28-3? Wait, 28-3. Wait. That looks kind of familiar. For other purposes of 23, it is not good up here. But Broncos, with this bone aches with a complete game in the middle of the season, hell, yes. In a safe end zone for me from the inside of the late in the first half, he sold for more than the footwork in the pocket, easy to pass the game of the season. He finished 29-42 at 322 yards. Hey, and a good, and 2 touchdowns. He did a pick. He scored one touchdown. And the keep that low. Take a Dobbins. 101 yard, rushing yard with a regular season tank at the end of the streak of 37 games. The Broncos without 101 yard rusher, Latavius Murray, has the little last 100 yards and then won the game in the 2022 season finale. 102 yards on January 8th, 2023 against the Chargers. So what the Broncos going to do for him? That's the case I haven't seen it. You'll never see it coming on this week. But the Broncos got the victory at the hands of the Bengals. And what the Bengals do? Absolutely nothing. Sure, the mother concerned straight about Secretary attention. Yes, sure it is. Certainly but the Bengals had the backup quarterback, Jake Browning, but the Cincinnati has been, well, only being. And I'm certainly being them a solid back-to-back games. 2019, when the Bengals buried the worst record in NFL history, 2-14.
I couldn't believe that crap.
I saw it all this time. Remember I telling you the first season, last year, he had the Bengals to like keep the season with Joe Burrow, to keep Cincinnati game. On one Monday night, Burrow was most of the way returned for the toe turf injury. And the key to know this. Cincinnati offense were non-assistant in the middle of the game, and the Denver could gain control and the starting penalty. It's going to penalties as well. And the Bengals gained 21 yards, 8 offensive plays in full drives. That spanned the first and third quarter. And during Jake Browner's previous standing third quarter, back 23, that's not enough for the Bengals. So what the Bengals do? Absolutely nothing. And what let me the box score do? Bo Nix, Bo picks. That's the case you didn't see it. And the Bengals are 2-2. The Broncos got their back. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Well, what's Jay Brown gonna do? Absolutely nothing. 0, 0, 0. 0. Not a team in sight. Moving on. And guess what the worst? The worst tie ever. Four to 4 against the Packers and the Cowboys. And what the Packers doing in the bye week? The list has gone longer than ever than it has to be such an early season. After starting the season bye after 2-1-1. And the offensive line needed left guard Aaron Banks. Heads are going. The right tackle Signup oblique. And the back after the break, despite the coordinator Rich need to put finger protection on the plate kicks after one getting another block. if all of a sudden they could have put with Michael Parsons in the control of bias in the second overtime. Who knows what happened to close out games of the season? And because of the blown out games, back-to-back seeds on fourth quarter on weeks 14 to 15 and 2010 season against the Lions and the Patriots. This is why they blew at the double-digit lead. And the Packers couldn't run against Dak Prescott at the late game when they didn't seem ineffective. He was better on a 5 or 24 dropbacks in the 3 quarters, while they ended up pressure him on 14 or 41 dropbacks, including 4 by Parsons. He was now right about 10-13, about a 120 yard of pressures. Next, Cowboys went to the Hope of Dallas. Nobody want to hear this now. Nobody want to hear about Dallas Cowboys, especially when the defense beating them in the third straight game. The Cowboys played 2 games better teams in the NFC. They lost by 4 points in the opener for the Eagles and tied the Packers. Without question, the defense is credible. And again, the Cowboys cannot hold either egg regulation or overtime. Overtime! But if they made a big if, they can stay of things. The Cowboys can fire consistently and winnable games for the next 2 weeks against the Jets and Carolina Panthers. Parsons win the most of the outside in return. The Cowboys have players come back with injury, but if playing their time with face masks with Sam Williams, Matrice, unnecessary workness, missed tackles, couldn't get fucked. The missed big plays and the number of big plays have been. This is the Cowboys' first time since 1969. And I'm going to perform out here. Without CD Lamb, that's all I got to say. The Raiders and the Bears. We all got to bear down for the Bears because this is a great happening. Because what did it happen to the Bears? You know, return to week 5 when the Bears defense came away with 3 interceptions during the red zone and giving them more offense opportunities that they didn't capitalize until the late games. During the bye, Coach Ben Johnson and his staff who had to find a solution that struggles in the run game and 2 rushing yards in the first half. Pre-snap penalties, a 2-2 record in the first moment and a half, and the possibility started to be, but Johnson be earned by money point left of the board. And before the season with Johnson, he hinted that Bears that would have hesitated to switch left tackle, a potential reflected weak link or offensive line left tackle Braxton Jones, who entered week 3 of 43 career stats, replaced by Dio, who's late in the second quarter, that moved to permanent that Benedict was started to place of Darnell White on the elbow. Right tackle is laid over with rookie Ozzie Trapillo, who played the first ever snaps. And it's the crowd board that got to win this time soon. Not the Bears so good, but the same thing possible. And that game will be the Commanders. The Bears gonna get revenge on the Washington Commanders here. And it's time to worry about Geno Smith for the Raiders. Geno Smith has experience, got gone out of experience. He threw 3 interceptions with 2 resulting points in Chicago. His first pick helped him to settle the field goal in the first quarter. Later, he was picked by Tyreek Stevenson, leading the Bears quarterback Caleb Williams. Completed a touchdown pass with wide receiver Wilmer Dose. Smith gave it a chance to ice the game, but Dante Ventura was never slightly underthrown on an incomplete field goal. Smith's turnover should be called a concern in moving forward. The running back Ashton Jeanty became the first Raider rookie 3 touchdowns since Bo Jackson in 1987. He is also 5th player of age 21 or younger, the 3 touchdowns in the past decade, joined with De'Von, Jamar, Saquon Barkley, or say Saquon Barkley, of course, and of course Ezekiel Elliott. And Ashton Jeanty has 21 carries and 138 total yards. Congrats for them. Next, the Chiefs and the Ravens, because did Xavier return to lock the Chiefs offense? I did have a pass, yes. From one game at least. The answer is yes. Worthy speed and parameters created several fantastic matchups for quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who for an excellent performance as speed receiver with a night a career high 83 receiving yards with Worthy on the field, Mahomes was still able to spread around his target to complete a pass to 9 teammates. Another reason the Chiefs have been a success, and we get the Ravens defensive injuries, who will get the Jaguars next week in 3-1. And on the surprise performance, but like his teammate, defensive tackle Chris Jones, woke up in the home state in Mississippi. He spent it Saturday with his family attending film with his Aunt Jones, fight the Kansas City land at 2:40 p.m. and he ride us in during the world kickoff. Oh man, Chris Jones unpacked. Oh my god, oh my god, it's bad. I've never seen it. But prayer for Chris Jones. It is always said done, and I don't know why this. There's no way. I mean, that's going to impact this game so far because he actually doing something. But down here in short yardage in a one-on-one matchup. For prayers for Chris Jones and his family and dedicate his aunt. That's all I got to say here. Next is the Ravens because the Ravens, season over with 1-3. It's definitely tearing. The Ravens at 1-3 over the two previous seasons in 2005 and 2015. They failed to reach the postseason time. And of course, 2021 season. There's a hard Lamar Jackson who led a Baltimore who led a playoffs in the 5 season. He had to finish. He led a third quarter with a hamstring injury. And of course, linebacker no cross with the hamstring, Nate Wiggins elbow, and Mark Humphrey with a calf. Left the game with the injury because they didn't return. And the Baltimore did a 7-start because of the injuries. And what happened to Lamar Jackson? Hamstring injuries. So this is what the problem is. The problem is Lamar Jackson. And Baltimore Ravens coach Harbaugh said he didn't know there's several for quarterback Lamar Jackson hamstring injury with high concern to one of his club start worse than the decade. And this is bad to see Lamar Jackson. He is really hurt bad. I don't know what Lamar Jackson's going to do. And in my opinion, it's him. It was half for. And we have to 7-11, including the playoffs. And Jackson turned the ball multiple times. No turnover in 53 games. Lamar Jackson threw over the game. The last time Baltimore won Jackson, like overseas Texas, the cinema opens here. And referee safety Cal Hamilton pulled away with 1-3 to start on the part of the fans, but there's nothing about right now, and nothing is going on here. For all the purposes of Ravens, this is where I asked for. You gotta give them credit here, but the Ravens don't know what happened. What did Cooper Rush do? Nothing. Cooper Rush did absolutely nothing. Patrick Mahomes got 4 touchdowns in one night with a healthy, Worthy. Incredible to see Rodgers going to come back to the field, but that's all right. I say this. Give him the credit still, man. I wouldn't know why it is going to be good. Without Lamar Jackson, they got to play against the Texans. This is going to be a problem with the mission. Oops. I'll go back. Let's jump in back and move on. Moving on with the San Francisco 49ers and Jaguars. Okay, so the Jaguars defense he did all out of 4 consecutive weeks and 30 takeaways. So, with the Jaguars on the move, that's what I got to say to you. And when they say this, you got to go ahead with this. Antonio Johnson interception on the word for with John Hines Allen. The 50 over Houston, Texas last week, they got good enough for here, but the injuries hit hard With 8 stars or key receivers leaving the field, but the Trevor Walker that wears Aaron Murray did not have return with the critical losses. The Jaguars got to make sure to get it play or not. Does they make sure they're going ahead in warfare? The Chiefs got to do what happens. That's a good story happened. 49ers, bad loss. After the 3-1 record, the Niners escaped their first 3 weeks after Sunday's loss reveal. And the Nick Bosa, without Nick Bosa, that would start to fit it in, the Niners made the worst performance of the season. Contributors, my ass. And I don't know what is going to happen. 4 turnovers on offense, none on defense. The whistles on rolls on both sides. Poor time penalties and continuing on special teams. Struggles don't happen. And despite a slow start, the 49ers have won a game is still close and a break for the Sundays. All for more than evidence. They're not really taking over to San Francisco. Of average per carry on a 4 yards. It's the first 8 game. In the locker room, Trent Williams on the ball feel team 1 star. And the Niners feel like team 1 team. But they got 17 games, and 4 weeks in, it don't matter. So they got the Rams on Thursday. That's all we gotta say about that. Rams and the Colts. It's Puka Nacua is the best wide receiver to have right now. Bam. That's what's gonna happen. With 42 catches and with 503 yards, he is sure playing one of the best to get the Colts. Nacua had a 13 catches and 107 yards. During the era of both categories, he also had a touchdown pass to score. Nacua has a local focal point here on offense. Then on Sunday, he became the second player in ever history to have 40 receptions and 500 yards in the first 4 games in ESP research. The Rams struggled out 3rd down on the going 4 of 12 at 30%. And talk about the Rams, the week 3 loss to the Eagles, that critical there, Mike LaFleur. There were some days ticked off as they were having through. The Rams had one on first 2 games against the combined 1-7 record. They didn't find continuing offense. And Tutu Edwards got a war on offense. They leading up to do. They got leading up to set happen. They got to do something. And Devontae Adams, he said that anytime soon. The guy will make sure that he almost cried and made sure he got that get the job done. Colts. What did we feel this game in the Colts defense? They had a performance. Not the good for people, and not performance happened. And Sammy Howard with no match with Nacua is not all happening. Jay Jones on the IR, Kenny Moore the second at Achilles, and even signing the cornerback Mike Hill the last week. Didn't Mike with the Rams so much for the quarterback Matthew Stafford. A huge day, and the Colts needed a lineup change. The Daniel Jones need to focus on it, and it might be against the Raiders. And the wide receiver on Donnie Mitchell will be a 75-yard touchdown reception. They had to been there, and the man was the focus. He got to have it work for. Next, the Eagles and the Buccaneers, and how the Eagles one less away. The Bucs cut in 24-3. And leading the party touchdown passes on 72 to 77, 72 yards. The Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has the 2 longest plays against the Eagles. The defense is became the defensive coordinator. Add that to the Eagles offense was really quiet. They had 3 and outs in the second half, and you gotta keep this. We see it. Repeating the notes down. They got to have a bigger Eagles undefeated. They're in 4-0 on the NFC East division. And what made the QB performance? Quarterback Jalen Hurts. It looked like it overcome his struggle to get the Bucs coach Todd Bowles. Going for 89 for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Blitz in the first half of the stake. The Eagles lead the tie to come back. And Jalen Hurts was right about all. And you know why he is the man it's gotta do.
Let me in your world, you know. That's why this boy looking lonely, you know, boy, that's why I wanna be your lady.
go do here. Do you know how the Eagles have to stay there on one team around there? I would say it's pretty good. And the Eagles had to what they got had to say to on all the purposes. They do the fake touch push. And you know why fake touch push? That's all guys say to him. And when you find out, they made a fake touch push until it hurts. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Now, in the Buccaneers, because why the Buccaneers come back this time, there's no quit in this group. But they continue mistakes. Eagles tired does go in the first half. Block Trump return touchdown, 4-point, 21-point deficit. Somehow these players went back, Booker Irvin fumbles and Mayfield full court mishaps. Both cut back on the blizzards that hurts Eagles cover the first half. Number 8 in the second, 3-4 back touchdown receptions by Washington, Emeka Ibuka, and Irvin, which covered a 70-point yard in my field. Then last week was the block field goal return to the touchdown in the fourth quarter. This week is the block punt. 4 return score. Oh man, you gotta say this. It was not good enough. Chase McCarthy had a 65-yard field goal, one of the league's record longest kicker in history. But punter right there shanked the punt 18 yards. Not good enough there. Special teams didn't even focus on this. They won't need a guy to do what he got to. Next, Buffalo Bills and New Orleans Saints. Oh man. And how could the Bills sloppiness? They came in with this game for 10 days of rest. They didn't show the performance. There were 11 season high penalties and allowed the Saints the full transfer potential. The ball offense defense started mid-game. The New Orleans got a lot of help, but the Buffalo missed tackles. When they went to the Bills is correct. Once again, the Buffalo pull out and win in the fourth quarter. It's a showdown. Depending on defense, body cleaned up. James Cook broke the record offense in a regular season, a considered regular season game with a touchdown. That's 8 straight. He continued to be highlight career with corner with 140 yards of a straight game and a pair of loss here. And Cook is out of the game. He was on a roll. He's the star running back as well. After the Saints.
Call yourselves ninja. Pathetic. Put the fries in the bag.
I don't know what to say. Next, the Giants and the Dodgers. Jaxson Dart without Malik Neighbors here. So Jaxson Dart got his first victory and appeared to be Dart with the Giants had to move forward without Malik Neighbors. Early in the start return ACL. According to the source, the NY should be scheduled on Monday, but Dart is magically continue the first quick start, but the Giants always look different. The better one without 13-20, the touchdown win of a let me say this. Without nearly name, that's getting up here. 5 QP hits as was Abdul Carter, former Penn State. The rookie had his best young career, and he considered the Chargers the backfield. The number 3 pick was unknown by Burns, Kevion Triple. QP has his edge rushers. And you know why? Kim Scaboo, aka Scatman, who did a great touchdown run. I mean, I'm completely shocked out here. And the Chargers, of course, what the Chargers? offensive line is so off. It's every single time. Let me see. Who the hell is Joe off? Oh yeah. Yeah, I think he is. Joe Art. Yeah, Joe Art. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm tripping. Yeah, I did not see that coming, but that's all right. But the Chargers did not alter their good. And what happens? Amari Harriet emerges and joins his best game of his life in his career at week 3. The Ravens run over the against the Giants. But all the papers aren't ridiculous who struggling might be on Sunday. He left 6 practices, but David Sharman for the show will be the active roster. But I guess you know what happened. So why Joe always out for the extended time? They gotta go get committed on Sunday in week 4. That's all I gotta say. Now, the Lions and the Browns, the Lions got this Detroit explosive offense. After the week 1 loss, the Lions registered 277 yards on offense in the few guest hosts. The Lions, Sonic, Jameer Gibbs, and Knuckles, David McGovern Bronze, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And you know how Amon-Ra was, but I think who it is. But that's what I've got here. If you don't know who Amon-Ra is, I want to hear Amon-Ra. Let me show you who Amon-Ra would be. Hit the music, please.
Oh no! Guess who's back, baby? You got nothing on this. Nothing.
Yeah, that's the music, man. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's all I gotta say to you. It was that moment, the best moment of the takeaways out here. The Lions really are good enough here. How great for Lions. Snapping their game here. But that's alright. It's cool. But I know the Lions is good enough. But the Jared Goff could be a big game here in the stages run. I think it's pretty good. But the guys to air it out, they gotta have special. And for Lions, how can I stick with Joe Flacco? My question is, I don't know. But there's a lot of fumble, a first half interceptions in the second half. The turnovers was what haven't been Flacco's fault, but they contributed 70 points. Lions have been more set of Cleveland start 1-3 and Flacco 6 interceptions on most of the Browns quarterback. So now they got to start Dylan Gabriel might be added enough here. The Browns didn't give the backup tackle to help him out. But now they're good with this. This is not happened before. Next, the Texans and the Titans. William Marks persisted to take himself for the RB1 role. The Titans took a career, the rookie had a career day, career highs, and a 17 carries or overall touches of 21 and 41 snaps, receiving 50 and 2 touchdowns. Marks outperformed when Nick Chubb carries at 47 yards. I got both of it. And CJ Stroud finds wide out with 37 yards gain in the second and 33. At the point of the game, there was 6-0 and a 4:06 remaining in the third quarter. Stroud found Collins at the sidelines, and Texas scores 3 straight drives, and they got a victory. But they got to get the Ravens. Hell, they got to do it. Without Lamar Jackson, they're not going to have to find out. And for Titans, the Titans was a disaster. Titans are the disaster of the game. You wake up in the morning, but the times you know what Hill I would say this. One could look at the Titans fans because they were absolutely ass. Next, the Patriots and the Panthers. Had the Patriots found their new running back snap, and after reference, Ramondre Stevenson lost 2 fumbles, Antonio Gibson lost 1. And the Patriots altered the snap, the running backs to the Lesson Stevenson workload at an even split at the halftime. Stevenson led the way to breathe 11 snaps and followed by Travion Henderson. 10 and Gibson's 5. Patriots held 28-6 lead at the point. Patriots went back in and lose 8 fumbles, and which could have foreshadowed the process of moving that forward. The quarterback Marcus Jones, 87-yard punt return for a touchdown. First quarter changed everything. The Patriots did at an all for good. It'd be all for nothing. We'd be all for nothing. I say they're going to win it all. I'm rooted back there. And Mike Vrabel says Miami is going for good chances. They're going to get the Bills over Sunday Night Football. I hope we will be. And the Patriots, the chemistry between the Bryce Young and Taylor McMillan, they had a magical chemistry off season with 4 yards for 8 yards replace. Bryce Young, they already keep pace. And they don't know what happened. The bounty units, they don't know what's going on. This is because of the situation with Paul returning a touchdown in a draft for Sunday. Last week, the 3-0 victory. Now, they lost 42 to 13. If you were a Patriots fan, don't call on crying your mama. I'm begging it this week. Next up, the Falcons and the Commanders here, and the Will Falcons all along behind Mustard Robinson had a career 181 yards for the scrimmage. Michael Penix threw touchdown passes for the first touchdown passes of the season, and wide receiver Drake London and Kyle Pitts, even the running back Tyler Adams here, taking the Ashley Marison, of course, got an action over the touchdowns. And like Peter Shaw Packers last week, they fired wide receiver coach Ike Iller and moving the offensive coordinator Zach Robinson down the field. And the Falcons came out firing out. I mean, they got out firing that because when they fired a wide receiver coach like this, I guess they don't go against him. But Penix, he did all the deep shots at the core, and they go there for the season. They're on 2-2 the weekend. But last, as about Pedro, they drafted him in the 8th draft in 2024. And then I get the Bills on, 7-15? Well, I think that fucking a bye week. Yeah. Just for the Commanders, which is a bad game, all the way to concern. With the offense paid down, when the Commanders need the defense to play well, instead the Falcons gained 15 more yards to them, playing in the season high on 436 yards overall because of Washington's coverage had Israel team motions, leading to the confusion of the free target. The problem is that the big plays had allowed all season that Washington conceded in getting the pass. It allowed a 20 pass of 50 yards or more, or tighter than 27 in the game, until undoing to get that fix. And a lack of sporting minuses with Jay Daniels and receivers for Noah Brown, the returns back up with Malcolm Young, but Stringer outside was signing in the Whitehead last season. Mario is not looking good for him, but he threw 150 yards. He had one ear-fight lead, the ball picked up. But he didn't matter, 2 touchdowns, and Washington defense helped Sunday good enough here. There's hope that Dan's will return for week 5, and it seems McLaurin and McBride will do the same as well. Mario will sit this one now because he always can't do nothing. He's not that guy. I promise you. Now, the Steelers and the Vikings. And what is Minnesota thinking? What is Minnesota thinking? And did he know about this? The Steelers defense got so on the target, the 6 sacks, and TJ Watt's going pretty good here. Carlton Wentz lost against the Steelers, and the assault area with a Troy Mason with a rushing attack. So TJ Watt is the effect the game. He did defend the ball, line of scrimmage. Keanu Benton. Wait. Benton? I thought all family names out here. A lot of Bentons out here. I mean, you. How the? Well, that's our family's name right now. What's his stats? What is that? Pause. Oh, so he's Wisconsin. Now he's on 23. He's drafted in round 2. That's our family's blood right now. Oh, goodness. That's our family's blood right now, guys. That's our family's blood. I love our SC go. And that's all I say, chat. That's all I gotta say. And looks like Keanu Benton had a tough start with the season. He got 2 sacks and came back to the late defense. Troy Addison, 8-yard catch, and Jay Nance for a touchdown. And with throwing one back, Jay Warren has a surprise inactive with the injury. All the way roll forward, Steelers run game. Seems to be there at arrival at Coral Park. But Kenneth Gainwell, easy to 5-2 touchdowns in a 99 yards, 19 carries, and 5.2 yards on the 6 catches and 35 yards. The Steelers O-line, Spencer Anderson, Darnell Washington, as a part to help the run game. Thank the Lord for our sake there is. Where did the Vikings go from here? The Vikings got a source of life. And I guarantee the Vikings had a good job here, one here. Without J.D. McCarthy, missed 2 consecutive weeks, made us practice, and made a return on week 4 alongside guard Donovan Jackson. Riz is going to miss one more game at the podcast at Brian O'Neill or center Ryan Kelly because it is to be ready. And the QB on the performance not compared by Aaron Rodgers, who decided to get the Vikings signing on off seasons because of Rodgers nearly perfect 8 of 22, 200 yards, and where Vikings left Wentz, who had a sign last month for the backup. So what is going to happen about Vikings do something? The Vikings need a little work on that, but they had to do something. They had to all work for it. Next, the Seahawks and Cardinals. JSN has a best receiver in the football, and he got a best 3 games started in franchise history with a 32-3 receiving yards in the second most effort this season. At that point, it took him a while to get going against Arizona on the third day. He is finished on the 4 catches, 79 yards, and 22 yards, including DK Metcalf still in the fold. Now, Jackson's big the dipper, beat the Monday football, and Sam Dog getting it done with his arm and his leg in this contest, poised to get the key drive, and he got his winning kick in themselves. They got to put ourselves here. What Jason Myers did absolutely good. I say the Seahawks gonna have a best time of their lives. But the Cardinals, it won't be easy and quick. For the Cardinals, they did ask for women early. And they reduced their numbers. They were down on losses, the gains or no gains, for a yard or two. How they gonna have it? The players on third down, then the red zone. If they can improve 3 areas, the actual offense was like more on one that scored 2 touchdowns before against Eagles, and Kyle Murray did what he got to do to favor him in a lower chance of the QBR this season. 27.8. Both of his interceptions were thrown Marvin Harrison Jr., and the wide receiver was like he wanted to fall. The duo had 5 for 5 and touchdowns in the second half from Murray, and a split of 27 for 200 yards. So that's all I gotta say here. And I stand corrected. I stand corrected for them. And I just want to go and say this. The one thing you know about the team, it is worse happening. Injuries after injuries, they've been sitting out there. And not just after inactives, they got to get rested and rested. Quarantine dance here, and maybe they got to return it. And Lamar Jackson for the Ravens, hamstring injury, here we miss games. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be a bad timing, man. I'm completely shocked here. For the Cardinals, Vikings, Commanders, Saints, Browns, Panthers, Chargers, Buccaneers, Titans, Colts, 49ers, Ravens, Raiders, Jets, and the Bengals. You can take out your Metro card to go.
To take out their Metro cards and get aboard the L train.
You lose, fat ass.
You lose.
Failure.
Get the fuck out of here!
Fresh hot ales. Fresh hot ales. Fresh hot ales. Fresh hot ales.
It's over. You lose.
All except for the Packers and the Cowboys.
This is bullshit.
What about ending? What about ending week 4? So week 5 is gonna be on a March 20. I'm gonna take a week 5 guys. I got here to the Chargers. Did I put Chargers on week 5? Yes, I would do something happen.
And now, no charges, no.
If I'll go ahead and predict myself, if one of the wins happen, it's this week. And week 5, the Fire Browns is going in London. We headed to London, people. We're going on world tour on the horizon, baby. You know what, gotta see you. Your boy is going on the deep. And one of the games go fall, and just gotta do what you gotta do. That's all y'all say here. It's your boy Kitty Chris signing on DMV. Hit like button, comment, and subscribe to my favorite channel, and make sure to hit the bell, and make sure to follow me on social media. And you don't miss any chance to do like it, Kevin. So that's all I gotta say about that. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. One love, and I'm out. I'll holler you next time. Peace.
With everybody saying,
I need a drink.
You mean to tell me you watched the entire video but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and become a member on Patreon or on YouTube to get access to the Discord. We're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm.
Do it. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. So just do it.
Please.